There was this big book on gymnastics, and until I got in trouble.
Gotcha.
So I'm taking the teacher's books.
Honey, that's the funniest thing.
I could always go back and substitute. I never had to be without money.
Right.
Listen, talk that
Yes,
chain, right?
yes.
You see your friends, they gonna always be there. Y'all just gotta make time.
Have you ever had a moment like you just felt like giving up in education? Hello, everybody, and welcome to Real Talk with Miss Taylor. I'm your host, Miss Taylor, and I cannot wait for y'all to meet my guest today. Her name is Valerie Marable, but we call her Miss Marable. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her right quick. Okay, Miss Marable is an award-winning educator, mentor, author, advocate, certified peer recovery specialist, and someone who has dedicated her life to helping people discover their purpose. But if you know Miss Marable like I do, then you know you also will get a hilarious time whenever she comes around. At Dudley High School, the people who work there and the students know this lady does not play. What she says, she means, and that's what I love about it. And that's part of the reason I got her here today. So, everybody, this is Miss Valerie Marable. Is there anything, ma'am, you want to say?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am so overjoyed. I have looked forward to coming on your show, and I thank you for being here, and especially to show off my new cut.
Oh,
Check
yeah.
me out, y'all.
Yeah, we can't forget that.
Yeah, I got
We
my
had
hair done
a little
today
before she
from
got
the
on.
infamous Miss Taylor. Come check her out.
Check me out. Made you look salon.
Made you look.
Yes, made you look. Well, I want to jump right in. Now, for this podcast, I don't want it to seem like, oh, it's such a formal type interview or whatever. We just talk. Okay? That's how I want it.
Well, I likes to be raw and real. So what you got? Let's go.
Okay, hey, question number one. For the people that don't know you, tell them who Valerie is.
Valerie is a loving person.
Mm-hmm.
Valerie is one who is big on friendships, big on love, and big on loyalty. Like Valerie is that person who wants everybody to win.
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly, I think I really want to be able to make a difference in the people's lives that I come in contact with. I'm new here in the city of Greensboro, North Carolina, and I have to say I have met some wonderful, wonderful women, and I wouldn't go back to the Valerie that I was that lived in New York. See, I like the me that I am now. I am calm. I'm cool and collected.
Yes.
I don't have to be always on edge. I don't always have to be ready to defend myself. So I love the me that I've become, especially since I moved down here.
Okay. Well, we love that Valerie too.
Well, thank you.
But I tell you what, I don't mind when I see you go out. But honey, that's the funniest thing. Oh, Lord, I wish I had some clips of how you come in that door. Taylor, sis, I love it. And we get to at the school when we talking about you, we talk like you. And it's the funniest thing. Miss Burns, she can do you really good.
You know, I noticed that I kind of have left that little tray around because I had a T-shirt on one day that I had bought at the parade, the homecoming parade, and I didn't realize that on the back of the T-shirt it said, "Don't mess with me." And so the counselor said, "You know, Miss Marable, you always say that." I said, "I always say what?" She said, "What's on your shirt?" So I said, "What's on my shirt?" She said, "You always telling the kids, don't mess with me. Don't play with me." I said, "For real?" She said, "Yes, you always tell the kids, like, don't mess with me."
And
I said, I didn't realize that, you know, I say that. I said, but listen, I don't have time for that.
I know.
Don't mess with me.
And you didn't even know that was on the shirt.
No, I didn't know.
That's cool. That's cool. So I want to ask you here, what did little Valerie dream about becoming? Like, what was your What did you want to be when you were
Little
a child?
Valerie wanted to be a teacher at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Little Valerie wanted to be an airline stewardess at one time. Little Valerie wanted to be a gymnastics professional.
Okay.
And I tried all of those things. I used to go to the library, and there was this big book on gymnastics, and I would rent this book all the time and do the flips and stuff. But being a gymnastics professional was expensive, and my mother couldn't afford that. I did ballet and tap dancing, but she couldn't afford to put me in gymnastics school. So that was that. You know, I got over that. Then as I grew up, like most little girls and cousins and stuff, you play teacher. Right. You play school.
Yep.
So I thought I wanted to be a teacher. So I used to go to school, and I used to take the books and stuff from school and bring them home and play school until I got in trouble.
Gotcha.
I'm taking the teacher's books, right? And so I got in trouble for that. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't want to be that. So when I graduated high school, I went to business school.
Okay.
And they had travel and tourism, a class called travel and tourism. So I was like, well, I'm going to go on and be this airline stewardess. And I ended up dropping out. After a year, I dropped out. I didn't complete. And that was the end of that story.
Gotcha.
And then I just went on my journey as far as trying to find jobs, things like that. But yeah, little Valerie wanted to be everything that I am today besides the gymnast and the airline stewardess. Don't think I just go get on the plane. I ain't be serving nobody. Gotcha. I'm sitting down. And the gymnast, we can forget about that because the knees, can't do that no more. Handstands and stuff, we don't do all of that no more.
Well, tell me, how did you get to the classroom?
1994.
Okay.
I needed a job. And Aunt Helen said, Valerie, why don't you go and be a substitute? So I said, okay. Now, back then, you could just go over to the Board of Education. I'm assuming that's where I went. And I filled out the application, pen and paper, old school.
Yep.
I called Sue, I think that was her name, up in accounting, and told her I wanted to put me on the list to be the sub.
That was in New York?
In New York.
Okay.
And they called me. But because I went through those schools, I knew those ladies at the front desk and stuff, you know. So they just called me, and that's all you had to do back then. No requirements for graduations or you didn't have to have degrees. I mean, I guess you had to graduate from high school, which I did graduate through the Mount Vernon school system. And so I started substituting from 1994 to really 2007.
Really?
I had left in between. I think I had 2 jobs in between. And I just always found myself going back to teaching. And so I started in 94. I got pregnant in 95. When you're a substitute, you can't continue to sub because they don't have insurance on you when you're pregnant.
Gotcha.
So I stopped, had my baby. I stayed home for the first year, went back to work. I was working in the dentist's office. After a while, I quit. I went back to substitute, and I've been doing it ever since until my daughter went to 7th grade. I think it was 7th, 8th grade, and then I went and found a whole nother job.
Okay.
Now and I guess I just love the kids.
But I'm trying to figure, you got back in it at some point. Like,
yes, you know why? Because it was always there. Like if I transitioned from job to job, I'm in between jobs or whatever the situation is, I could always go back and substitute. I never had to be without money.
Right.
So I'm a mom, so I gotta work. So it was a period where I took a job as a director for Girl Scouts of America, and but the whole program shut down. They didn't get funding anymore, so I had to collect unemployment. So I collect unemployment. Okay, I have my daughter. We going through 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. I stayed, and I was in college. I went back to school, and so I stayed out of work because my daughter was going through something.
Gotcha.
7, I don't know what she was going through. Okay. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to just come to school with you. And because I don't really know. Now, this child had grew up with me in the school system since she was like 6 or 7 years old. So my friends knew her, the kids knew her. So, you know, I used to bring her to work. They take care of her.
Right.
So when she got to high school, I was still out of work, and I just didn't know what this child needed. Like, it was like she needed me to be at the building, not in the classroom, but at the building. So I'm like, oh, I don't understand. But I was there until she got to 10th grade. And I said, listen, your mother got to go back to work. Yeah. Now, I'm not substituting anymore. I'm doing regular work. I said, I got to go back to work because we're about to be on welfare. Unemployment is about to be over, and mommy ain't doing no welfare. Okay, so listen, you're going to sink or swim. So then what you going to do? Either or you're going to pass high school, or what's your problem? Right. So I went back to work. I said, listen, you got to make it happen. I can't come back to the school for you and do anything. I went back to college. You know what I'm saying? I went back to college. Probably was in college or whatever. I was doing my master's program or something like that. And I don't know what I did, but I went to work because I never stopped making money. And then as the years went on, I was like, oh, I ended up working again with kids.
See?
I was working with kids. I know what I was doing. I worked with kids. I got a job at Grand Wyndham residential treatment facility. So I ended up working in the school again with the kids. And then this lady referred me to the hiring manager for the case managing position. And because I had a degree, it was no brainer. Right. And so I ended up doing that until I decided to move down here in 2017. Okay. So this is my second go round here in Greensboro.
Okay.
So yes, I've been working with the kids really since 1994.
So I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We know who you are now. We know what you want to do. We know that you've been in education for a long time. Well, like me, working with the kids.
Long time working with the kids.
Working with the doggone kids. Yeah. And let me tell the people, Miss Marable works with the EC kids, and sometimes that's a difficult job.
It's challenging.
It's challenging. However, I see those kids love you. They do.
I hope so.
I promise you, because I know I had one of your students, and when he would get to a moment where he was about to like blow a stack, or he just needed to get away, can I go to Miss Marable's class? Yes. Because we both had that understanding.
Right.
This is what is needed right now. And I had several kids. So thank you for being who you are with those babies. Have you ever had a moment like you just felt like giving up in education?
I'm going to say it never really crossed my mind to give up education because of the kids. I would want to give up education because of the politics.
Gotcha.
It's not the kids, it's the politics. I feel like, especially when it comes to African American kids and African American kids with special needs, we fail them. One reason in particular is that our kids struggle academically with reading. If you can't read, you can't write, you can't do arithmetic. And I feel like the system has failed these kids from the elementary level, because that's where they learn, that's where it starts. I feel that life is hard for many individuals, and sometimes parents, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's what sometimes like fuels me, like where I don't want to do this anymore. It's the politics, and then it's the finance. We are underpaid. And
that's a whole other show.
And I didn't know that when I moved here from New York. I knew that people get paid less here, but I didn't know the significant about the pay. I didn't know it was that low,
Yes.
you know, and I feel like I'm a woman who come with degrees. And
Mm-hmm.
most importantly, not even my degree, scratch that, my life experience.
Right.
I know this stuff from life experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't be compensated for it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I decide, like, if I want to stay,
Mm-hmm.
if I want to go. But one of the things about me that's hard is that I can't leave. It's hard for me to leave.
Mm-hmm.
See, I have to look in, I got to look to the gods.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listen, show me, guide me, tell me what you want me to do,
That's
Lord.
right. That's
because it's hard for me to
Mm-hmm.
just get up and walk away from my students
Mm-hmm.
or from my job for that matter. For
Mm-hmm.
people that I've come in contact with,
Right.
that my soul has come in contact with, where it's like you don't want to leave them.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to realize that sometimes God is saying, listen, when one door closes,
Right.
another door opens, and it's okay. You're going to see your friends,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to see your sisters,
Right.
and you will see these kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
They are definitely lifelong family members.
Yeah, so I, like, for instance, now I'm being transferred to another school. I struggled with that when they told me in March. I've been struggling, and I know my friends are going to struggle with me leaving too. But my mom said something to me. She said, Valerie, you can always see your friends. They're going to always be there. Mm-hmm. Y'all just got to make time to see each other. Right. So I was like, Mom, you know, you right. So I'm trying to look at it from that perspective. Mm-hmm. But it's hard. Now, I know I will probably meet a nice person or a couple other young ladies if I allow myself to be open to do that. So I got to work on myself. I got some work to do.
You got some work.
I got some work to do.
You call us. We on speed dial.
Listen, we gonna be teaming. We gonna be on
Lord.
teams. Y'all gonna be saying, who is calling us on teams? This is gonna be me.
It's gonna be you. I love that.
It's gonna be me because I might need some services over there at the new place because I done heard some things. I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to judge people. Right. I want to go over there and see for myself. Mm-hmm. But, you know, somebody should tell them. I don't know if they tell them.
They're going to have to let them know.
You know, Miss Marble ain't with that being in people's business. You know, you got to mind your business.
Yes,
mind your business. Mind the business that mind you. You won't have no problems. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in my business. Mm-hmm. So I got to go over there and learn the lay of the land. And, you know, give the people a chance. You know, give the people a chance. You know what I'm saying? Just middle school.
Listen,
on top of that.
Be the difference.
I'm used to middle school. I've taught middle school.
Okay. See?
Well, when I left New York and I left the school district in 2007, it was middle school. Okay. So I was the in-house administrator. That's all I did. Okay. So they called me Warden Marable.
Hey.
Because when you came up in here, you wouldn't do no talking. Mm-hmm. See, if you wanted to talk, you should stay in class. Mm-hmm. See, in here, this is punishment. Yeah. And you get some books out. You know what I'm saying? Read something, learn something. So they, you know, I was tough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was a blessing because my bosses, the assistant principal and the principal, they knew I was in school. So I was doing undergrad and possibly maybe grad school, but I was doing undergrad for sure. And it gave me the time to get my work done because that was most important. Shout out to Mr. Person and Miss Sheila Burns Owens. Mm-hmm. So they made sure I got my stuff done. And I did it. And I wasn't going to give up because the sister was only making $70 a day. Gotcha. $75 a day.
There. Woo-hoo.
Listen, money was funny. Money was tight, you know. So I was like, yeah, I gotta go to school. I gotta finish because I can't even go to the city island, and I got to go get me some shrimp. Yeah. So listen, I need to get this degree. So that's just, you know, I love the kids. Mm-hmm. You know, I love the kids. I don't do fresh, and I know the kids told you Miss Marble don't do. She don't like no fresh kids, and she don't do all of that. Just I check you in a minute.
There you go.
But
I love it.
And
I just love your interaction with them. Like, that's what the kids over there, that's what they need. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know you can, whatever's needed, you're going to give it to them. And I'm so excited for that for you. But we're gonna miss you so bad. I didn't even want to bring it up because I didn't even want to talk about it.
I know.
Lord have mercy.
Well, listen, you can't be messing up our mascara and stuff.
I know.
Mess up the makeup
look, I already done white one.
Don't
the
tear
first day when I found out, it was just like I said.
I know.
And then the two of us, me and Miss Burns, we just like, what we gonna do?
Because your classroom was my first classroom.
Yes, you told me that.
That was when I got the job, that was my first classroom. First of all, the people don't even come and ask you, do you want the job? I just happened to scroll on my email. And I saw a contract that said, congratulations, Valerie Marable, you have been something for the EC position. I said, well, when was somebody going to tell me? I don't know nothing about this.
Right.
So I went to the principal, and then she was telling me, and I was so thankful and grateful because there was no questions asked. She felt that I was a fit for the job and that I could do it.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I did it. I'm doing it. And I was applying for a school guidance counselor position.
Okay.
But I feel like they overlooked me because they liked what I was doing as the teacher, the EC teacher.
I heard that kind of stuff happen.
You know what I'm saying? Things like that happen. But you know, that might be a blessing.
Right.
You know, because I got the experience of the EC piece, all of it, you know, the whole thing. Right. So I could take that knowledge and go someplace else if I really wanted to, you know. So that was a blessing. Counseling, I was a counselor already. I know how to do it. Yeah. You know, so I'm not mad. I love Dr.
So do you think that your experience with the counseling piece and then with education helps you in your peer support?
Well, the peer support position is just what it says, support. Okay. Right? I think the knowledge that I have will help me be a great peer supporter, but it is just that I'm just supporting an individual that may have some type of substance abuse issues or mental issues or whatever. So if they need to talk, I'm that person they could talk to. If they need maybe some resources, I can direct them to the places where they need to go or give them the resources. But I am just that. I am there for support, not to give advice, not to make suggestions. And even as an educator, you don't want to advise a student to do certain things out of the realm of education. If it's based upon applying to a college or something, I can advise you or suggest that you apply to both and see if you get in one, but not to advise you on anything personal, health related, house, family dynamics and stuff like that. So it is just what it says, peer support. So I'm looking forward to really getting my feet wet in that. It does pay well, but for me, it'll be part-time. Gotcha. And I have to try to figure it out in my schedule because I also do caregiving, which I didn't know I was going to like that. I love that. So taking care of the elderly. This is getting me ready for my own mom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is getting me ready. I didn't think that I was going to enjoy it, but I do. I'm not bothered by it. I love it. The little old people cute. They are. You know, they so cute and stuff like that. They could be mean, but they cute.
Now listen, that's one thing I would love to see, how you interact with the little old ladies if they snap back at you.
Well, I have one, and she has dementia, whatever, and she was a little snappy, like agitated sometimes, but it's the way you talk to her. But I also had to be a little stern because, see, she wanted to do what she wanted to do with certain things, and that wasn't in her best interest. And that wasn't good for all of the other people around her because she lived in assisted living. So we got it together. Like, as she got to know me the few times that I had her and I got to know her, because they feel like they lost their sense of independence. And a lot of them have dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever. So they want to go get their own little food and stuff like that. So, eventually, like, I let her go do that and stuff, but she needed supervision. Companionship is what they call it. But, I love it. But, I have another one who, she kind of want to order stuff. She want to order stuff, foot massages and can openers and stuff like that. No, we're not ordering none of that. So I got to be stern. Gotcha. I got to tell her, we're not ordering no foot massages. We're not looking for apartments. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because she want to look for things because she also has dementia. So she want to look for stuff. She want to order stuff. And I said, no, we're not doing that. Now, we could go outside. Do you want to go outside? That's why I said, you want to go outside? Because I want to go outside. Let's go to the store. We need some more Jell-O. you want to go out to eat today? So we go to Applebee's, wherever she want to go or whatever and stuff like that. I take her out and stuff like that. And that is good for me because I don't get out. All I do is work all day. So now, listen, I could go outside, let my hair down, and we can have a little fun. And then I bring her back. And then it's like I only do 4 hours. So it's like if I go 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 hours, 6 to 9. So by the time I go there, clock in, see what's going on, see what she got on, if I want to change her or whatever. And then we go out and I take her out. Because where does she go? They don't have nothing to do. So I said, listen, God gonna bless me. But I'm gonna just take care of these little people because I never know if I gotta take care of my mother. I didn't know how I was gonna be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I was, if I wanna wash my mom, I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it. So I think this is God saying, listen, you may have to take care of your mom. This lady gonna be 80. Hopefully she's still functioning in 80, but I just needed to be ready, and I love it. I love it. And it's not a whole lot of money, but it's a little bit of something. It could pay something.
Hello.
Okay.
But we need all that we can get in the summertime. So let me ask you something. If you could sit down with your younger self, what advice would you give her?
Well, depending on how young we going, but I'm gonna go back to my teenage years. Okay. Take school more seriously. I realized that my counselors didn't see me as college material because you wouldn't come and talk to me about it. You didn't come and ask me if I wanted to go to school or what, what can I do or what I need to do to make sure I make the GPA so I can go to college. I've always been a strong individual. I've always been the kid to take care of my mama's house because my mother had to work. She had 3 children. Eventually, she became a single parent. My dad was around out there somewhere. But it was me, my mom, and my siblings. And I'm the middle child. But I had to make sure things was right. So I just went to school because I knew that's what I had to do. But I didn't take school seriously. And I didn't realize, and nobody told me, that this is what the counselor's supposed to do. She's supposed to make sure that your grades is up to par. She's supposed to make sure that you prevail, like that you go to college and you succeed. My counselor didn't do that. I remember, I can't think of this lady's name, but I know who she is. She didn't do that. So for the younger Valerie, I would not have been cutting school going to the Pizza Hut with Mark and Robin. Okay, because that's what I did in my senior year. I failed my senior year because I'm at the Pizza Hut and with Mark and Robin. We at the Blimpies. We down at Ito's. We all over the place. We downtown. We all over the place. Because you see, my friend Mark, he went and got that Jeep Wrangler. The nice Jeep, the white Jeep Wrangler.
Take the top off.
Yeah, take the top off on that. So, we riding down the highway playing LL Cool J. Cars drive by with the booming system. You understand what I'm saying? When I should have been in English class. Okay, me and Robin, 1991. Okay, we failed high school our senior year because we outside with him. We hanging out. We doing stuff. Okay? So to the younger self, get your education, girl. Okay, everything else gonna be there, but you should get your education and know to ask questions. See, when your mom don't know, you know what I'm saying. You can't go and advocate for yourself if you've never heard. You know, so that's why to me it's so important that I give life lessons every day, so kids know.
That's what I was about to ask. I'm sure you do that in your class.
Every day. It's a life lesson every day. And there ain't no telling how I'm going to say it and what I'm going to say. You go home, tell your mama, the kids is like, oh, she cursing. It's not, listen, I cuss. Yes. Because I got to speak the kids' language. You know what I'm saying? This is what they understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no, don't do it. No. Why is you doing that? Sit down somewhere. Don't you want to learn how to read? And do what you gotta do. So, get your education, little Val.
Little Val. Well, I'm gonna tell you, little Val got her education. Little Val,
you better know it.
She's going up that ladder.
You better know it. Dr. Val. Dr. Val, baby. Next year, baby. Listen, you got the claimants.
You know how the kids do that.
Cock that chain, right?
Yes.
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
But listen, I'm gonna have it.
Well, you know what? I want to say, you always have everybody laughing. Like, you don't even try. You just come down the hallway. I know for me, I start giggling because I'm like, here she comes.
Because you know,
what's she gonna say? And I just want to say, has humor always helped you like get through stuff, or it's just that's just how you are? Do you do it on purpose? Well, you can't help it because it just comes out.
I don't know. I think, and I had a friend that we've been friends since probably when I met her, ninth grade.
Mm-hmm.
She just said to me that, Val, do you realize like you and I have always been the same? Like you've never changed. So I think if I just think back to when I met most of my friends that's in seventh grade on,
Mm-hmm.
I've always been the same person. Like I just no nonsense and I'm nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have no reason to be mean and mad and all the time. And my life wasn't in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
I had a loving family. I came from a loving family. We ain't perfect.
Right.
A brother in prison, out of prison, in prison, out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the prison bus going to see him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did that for a long part of my life. You know, my mother, my sister, and I going to visit my brother in prison. I had grandparents. My father was a street runner.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was who I am. And I feel like I have not changed. And now I'm just me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy with being just me, who I am. I'm not changing for nobody.
That's right.
I'm not trying to find myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to look to be a greater me. I just want to be the person that God wants me to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and sometimes a little stupid is good because you don't want to be too serious all the time. And first of all, I've learned, why am I mad over situations I cannot control?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like, I can't fix the school system and paying us. So why am I mad?
Right.
I can't fix this kid because he don't want to learn. Why I'm be mad, upset myself, and get myself all worked up. So now I do get overthetop.com sometimes. So I have learned how to de-escalate that madness. I got me some ashwagandha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I got some vitamins. Ashwagandha calms you down.
Okay.
I never knew that. It's been 1 year. I'm on bottle number 3.
Okay.
Okay. But it brings you down, especially, you know, being 54 and going through some changes.
Yes.
I can easily get upset. But the ashwagandha brings me down. So I just find it is more healthier to be smiling than to be frowning all the time. And I definitely don't let the job get me worked up. That's why we got to keep ourselves in good spirits, you know, because
and you do that.
We need that because the kids works your nerves. You know, I can't say what I really want to say on here, you know, because we can't do that. We might get fined or something. But I have to stay excited.
Yes.
You know, keep smile on your face.
Yeah.
Keep a smile on Burns' face.
Yeah, and you do it.
We got to go upstairs. The one Wendy and Charms. You know, we got listen.
We got a good little group over there. Well, let me pivot right quick. Gonna pivot off education.
All right.
Is there anything that is like in your spirit that you want to talk to the people about? Anything that you think would help somebody out there?
Wow.
We talk about a lot, and
wow.
If you know of anything outside of education, because we kind of rounded that corner.
I would say connect with the Most High. Get spirit. Listen, you got to stay prayed up because the way things are going now, we just really don't know. You know what I'm saying? I am learning how to continuously talk to him on my spiritual journey because we all have things going on in our lives and I feel like I need him now more than ever. There's so many things that I want to do and that I know I can do it.
Yes.
I just have to go ahead and do it. There's nothing stopping me from doing anything that I want to do. Now, I don't know what God wants me to do, but I feel like he has a purpose.
Right.
He telling me what he wants me to do. And I just gotta walk in those footsteps.
Right.
And if you want to do it, just go ahead and do it. But you got to stay on that spiritual journey. You got to know who he is. And I think all things will come to fruition. Like
Gotcha.
you'll be able to do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Ask him and you shall receive. That's what they say.
I know that's right.
What?
What is one doggone thing you would not tolerate? It could be anything in life, in education, in business, in love, whatever. What is just one thing?
Disrespect.
Boom.
Put some respect on my
I
name.
know that's right.
Respect me and I'll respect you, because respect is given to a dog. I'm not dealing with nobody's foolishness. I never have and I never will. And that includes the mother, father, sister, brother, aunts, uncles, and your kids.
That's right.
Know your place. You gotta stay in your lane. You gotta respect people. You gotta mind your business. Most importantly, mind your business.
I love it. You need a shirt with that on
Yeah,
it.
mind your business. And just be genuinely nice. Like why is it so hard for people to be kind and be nice? You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking to you nicely, why I can't get the same thing in return? You know what I'm saying? Even if we are agreeing to disagree, there's a way to talk to people in tone, and that is something like for myself that I'm working on. But I feel like in my family, it's a hereditary thing, and I don't like it. So I'm trying to break that habit. You know, because it seems to be generational, at least on my side of the family, with my mom, myself, and I see it even trickling down to like my daughter, and I don't like it. So that is definitely something that I'm working on for Valerie. But I do try to, you know, tell people like, you know, maybe your deliverance was a little bit off. So, you know, think before you speak sometimes. I'm working on that. But see, you know, God ain't through with me yet. Okay? He ain't through with me yet. But disrespect, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not tolerating that. Who you talking to?
Who you talking to? Okay, Miss Marable.
All right.
These are some little quickies. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Here we go. New York or North Carolina?
New York.
Morning person or night owl?
Nighttime, morning breakfast.
Okay. Sweet or salty?
Sweet. It's got them diabetes.
That's right. Gotcha. Beach or mountains?
Say that again?
Beach or mountains?
The beach.
We need to go.
Yes, we do.
Sneakers or heels?
I would love some heels. I want them heels.
You want the heels?
I want the heels.
Okay. Book or movie?
Movie.
Okay. Cook or order out? We already talked about that today.
Cook. I love cooking.
Cook. Summer or winter?
Summer.
And phone or text? You going to
phone?
You better talk.
I'm phone. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to text. I don't have time for that.
Oh my God! And I don't want to talk. I don't know where that came from. I just
you know. No, I want to talk. That's why when you text me and you start all of that, I just called you up.
You did?
Yeah. No, you're doing too much.
Yes. Okay. One more question. What is your biggest pet peeve? Let's end on this one.
It's many, but I think one of the things that really bothers me is people touching my things.
Okay.
I think that's something that really bothers me. From the kids at the school, you know, you want my desk. Get off my things. And at the house, it's my comb, my brush, my hairspray, all my hair stuff. I'm like, where's my stuff at? And everybody's like, they don't know. I said, well, only 2 of us live here. How you don't know where my stuff is at? It was in my room. So I think touching my things irritates me. And I'm 50-something years old now, and it bothers me. My car being messy. Don't like it. Get your stuff out my car.
Yes.
I don't like when me and my daughter was sharing. Yeah. Why is your sneakers in my car? Why is my trunk got all the stuff in? I want all your stuff out my car. All your stuff.
There we go.
So now I try to keep my trunk uncluttered just in case if the tire, you got to change the tire. I don't want to have to take all that stuff out. So I try to keep the trunk a little bit clear or whatever. Gotcha. But I don't really like a lot of stuff in the car. So it's like touching my things might be number one. And then there's a couple that follow. you know, and I'm going through that menopause, so you already know.
Honey,
I'm irritable.
that is another show, and I am gonna get all of us together for that one. And I get some more microphones for that.
Okay.
But Miss Kopacki and Miss Burns want to come. Miss Wooden, can you imagine that day?
Listen, we all gonna get together because we all got different symptoms.
Yes.
And we all tripping.
We are tripping.
If there's nothing else we can agree on is that we tripping. I'm having a hot flash right now, but you don't know.
I wasn't saying that, but
my back is burning up right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Real Talk with Miss Taylor, my wonderful guest, Miss Valerie Marable.
Well, thank you for having me. I enjoyed it, and I look forward to coming back. Please don't hesitate to call me.
I got
Don't text me. Call me.
I'll call you and let you know, because this is the place where we have real people with real conversations and real impact. Y'all have a nice day.